So this week's top tip for BBeat users, we're running the latest version firmware at the time of making this video, which is 4.7.1. One of my pet annoyances, I've probably mentioned this before, is you can't order your playlists. They come in the order they were created, from the oldest to the newest. There's no logic to that, there's no alphabetical order. But I found a way if you want to reorganize these set lists. So for example, let's think I want to put the one titled test images at the bottom of my playlists. I've only got 4 in here at the moment, but imagine I had loads more, the ones I don't use very frequently, or like test images, for example. They're better if they're right down the bottom, so the ones I need to access or use the most are at the top. And what we're going to do, we're going to go into playlists. Hope you can just see that there while I'm balancing the camera. To move it further down, because you see the order here is actually a totally different order for what's on my system. This is in alphabetical order. So I said I want to move the test images down the bottom. So what to do to make that happen is I select the test images. I use the copy function. I want to duplicate it. So that's made a duplicate copy of test images. Now I'll delete the original test images folder. And then I'll just go back and rename, where's it gone? The one, our new copy, to the original name of the file I just deleted. Are you with me? To test images. So that looks no different on there, but just to recap, I've made a duplicate of test images, delete the original, and the new one sits there. Apparently it looks the same. Now if we go back to the BBeat, and if I exit it and look at my playlists, I've now got my test images down the bottom. As I said, the latest ones go to the bottom of the list on the BBeat. The only downside is I can only move selected ones to the bottom, so you need to plan carefully maybe which playlist you want at the bottom, and just plan ahead how you're going to do it. But typically the stuff that I don't use a great deal, such as test images and the DJs, they may as well stay down the bottom, and I like to have my latest set list at the top. Ironically, if I create a new playlist for a new gig, it's going to show it down the bottom, so I've got to go through this whole process again. Bit of faff, I can live with it, and that's why unwanted playlists I normally delete on there. There was discussion of having some folders to store stuff in, that would be useful. A bit of housekeeping, because there's nothing worse than having to faff around. Keep good titles on there. And yeah, there you go, today's top tip, signing off.